گردهمائي در کنگره آمریکا، سخنرانیهای نمایندگان، محققان و حقوقدانان، خروج مجاهدین از لیست و سیاست در قبال ایران.
I am a long-time supporter and friend of the Iranian opposition and a big believer in the People's Mujahideen Organization of Iran. At this decisive moment in history, you have the clarity, the will, and I think the momentum to bring about democratic change in Tehran, and I know that you will. After 15 years, hundreds of demonstrations, and after receiving bipartisan support from members of Congress, presidential candidates, parliamentarians around the world, and even a few prominent academics, Secretary Clinton finally, after 15 years, removed PMOI's terror label, and in so doing, recast the People's Mujahideen Organization as a legitimate political organization and the heir to the Ayatollahs. The delisting sets the stage for a bold new phase in U.S.-Iran relations. And the removal of the People's Mujahideen Organization from the Foreign Terrorist Organization list is the clearest indication to date that the strategy of capitulation and unending diplomatic engagement is over. With absolute confidence, I can tell you that the future is bright, the choice is clear, and regime change from within is on the horizon. And like you, I look forward to a day in the not too distant future when we can celebrate an end to clerical rule, bring about a free and peaceful Iran. And I look forward in particular to a day when you can host me in Tehran. Friends, as we speak, Tehran's brutal leaders are on increasingly shaky ground. Ordinary Iranians are angry and restless, and they have every right to be. Their currency is in free fall. And so it's not at all surprising that ordinary Iranians are asking, isn't there a better way? Well, there is a better way. And it's represented in the platform championed by the People's Mujahideen Organization of Iran and articulated in the 10-point plan set forth by Mrs. Rajavi, the President-elect of the National Council of Resistance. Human rights, gender equality, separation of church and state, freedom of speech, positive relations with the world, and a non-nuclear Iran. The document, this isn't just a plan, these aren't just words, this, my friends, is the future. But the next step is to acknowledge that the Iranian opposition represents the best future the best hope for a free Iran. As someone who studies opposition movements and writes about counterterrorism, I can tell you without equivocation that no opposition movement is more capable of promoting grassroots change in Tehran, and no movement represents a greater threat to the regime. No package of concessions will dissuade Iran from its current nuclear course. Friends, the mullah's cages are rattled, the opposition is unchained, Tehran's leaders are anxious, and now the world must harness the momentum of the delisting and embrace regime change from within.